Justin missing Hailey Bieber's birthday. That's literally how the internet woke up today, and honestly, I felt the same confusion everyone else did. Because when you look at the posts from Hailey's entire birthday week, it's wild how she's celebrating, she's glowing, she's posting, but Justin is nowhere to be seen. And the timing couldn't be messier, because this comes right after that viral Twitch moment where he sang those emotional lyrics that had fans dissecting every word. Meanwhile, Selena Gomez is out here having one of her strongest weeks ever. So yeah, we need to talk about what's happening online today. Justin missing Hailey Bieber's birthday is literally the headline I woke up to, and the whole internet feels like it's buzzing with the same confusion I had. Because when you scroll through Hailey's birthday week posts, everything looks so curated and celebratory. The sleek black jacket she wore, the perfectly frosted 5-layer cake, the candlelit tables lined with Rhode-branded martinis, even the embroidered purses laid out for guests. But one thing is noticeably absent in every single frame: Justin. And the timing could not be more dramatic. It's Hailey's actual birthday today, November 22nd, and the energy online feels different. People expected some kind of moment from Justin, even a tiny glimpse, especially with how visible Hailey has been all week. Instead, the Rhode Palm Springs gathering felt like a solo brand scene, influencers laughing under warm lights while Justin was completely off the grid. And I'm not going to lie, the contrast caught my attention too, especially because this is happening right after that viral Twitch performance where Justin sang those emotional, heavy-sounding lines that already had fans analyzing every second. And honestly, some of the fan reactions made it even louder. One person commented, "How does your entire birthday week look like a photo shoot but your husband is invisible?" And I felt that because it shows how many people noticed the exact same thing I did. Another fan wrote, "If I posted all this and my man didn't show up once, I'd deactivate." And while that's dramatic, I get why people are saying it. The timing and silence just make everything look more intense online than it probably is. It's one of those weeks where every post, every silence, every angle online feels louder than usual. And if you see what I see, just hit like so I know I'm not the only one. The moment the Palm Springs Road content started moving across every feed, Hailey's entire birthday week took on a completely different tone. The setup was undeniably beautiful. Candlelit tables, soft beige linens, embroidered Rhode bags, pastel martinis sitting beside perfectly plated desserts. It almost looked like a luxury retreat designed for a magazine spread. But even with all that perfection, the celebration carried a strange distance, the kind that makes people unsure whether they're looking at a birthday moment or a brand campaign. And one thing became clear instantly. The public couldn't tell where the work event ended and the birthday energy began. Hailey looked stunning. The influencers looked excited, and the whole environment was dripping with aesthetic detail. But the warmth of a personal celebration felt strangely dim. The setting leaned heavily into polished visuals rather than intimate emotion. And that's exactly why the internet reacted the way it did. People saw a beautiful table, a gorgeous cake, a flawless outfit. Yet something in the atmosphere felt incomplete. I noticed how quickly viewers confused the Rhode gathering with her actual birthday celebration, and it made sense considering the timing. And the more the clips circulated, the more I felt the contrast intensify between the curated elegance of Hailey's event and everything unfolding around Justin that same week. Some of the fan reactions only amplified that atmosphere. One viewer wrote, "Why does this look more like a launch party than a birthday?" And the comment made sense because the entire setup leaned heavily toward branding. Another person said, "It's giving aesthetic, not affection," which perfectly captured what many people felt, that the visuals were stunning, but the emotion behind them felt muted. And once the Rhode event blended into Hailey's birthday week, the conversations didn't just grow louder, they took on a completely different shape. People weren't just noticing Justin's absence anymore, they were connecting it to everything else happening around him. Hailey's posts showed soft glam, candlelit dinners, pastel aesthetics, and carefully curated celebration energy. But Justin was nowhere in sight. That wouldn't have mattered as much if he hadn't gone live the same week, looking relaxed on Twitch, skating, laughing, and singing those emotional lines that made everyone stop scrolling. Because while Hailey was posting polished birthday week visuals, Justin was out there singing about being stuck in a relationship and questioning why he stays. No matter how harmless the freestyle might have been, the timing made the optics explode online. It wasn't just the absence from the Rhode event, it was the contrast between her quiet, picture-perfect world and his sudden emotional outpouring in front of thousands of viewers. Some of the fan reactions made the entire situation feel even heavier. One viewer commented, "How is he singing about being stuck while his wife is posting birthday candles alone?" And that sentiment echoed across multiple platforms because the timing felt impossible to ignore. Another fan wrote, "He looks happier on Twitch than anywhere near her content." And that observation summed up the public's confusion about how differently their weeks unfolded. I kept seeing how fast people connected those dots because the overlap was impossible to ignore. And the more everything unfolded, the more I realized why the divorce rumors took off so intensely this week. Not because anyone wanted drama, but because their public energy couldn't have looked more opposite if they tried. Because when the Twitch performance hit the internet, everything shifted instantly. One minute people were talking about birthday cakes and Rhode aesthetics, and the next, the entire conversation flipped to Justin's live stream and the way he sang those raw, uncomfortable lyrics. It wasn't some quiet melody in the background, it was emotional, almost jarring. "I'm stuck in a relationship. Why do I stay?" And that whispered line fans swear sounded like Selena. It was the kind of moment that stops every feed cold. No matter how many times people tried to call it freestyle, the words felt too pointed, too heavy, especially during Hailey's birthday week. He looked relaxed, almost relieved, sitting there on Twitch with his skateboard behind him, acting like none of the noise outside existed. And that's exactly what threw people off, the way he seemed more present in that live stream than in anything connected to Hailey all week. Some fan reactions only intensified everything. One person wrote, "Why does he sound more honest on Twitch than in his whole marriage?" And that comment spread fast because people felt the timing made the lyrics hit differently. Another viewer said, "Singing this during Hailey's birthday week is crazy behavior." And it captured the public's shock at how disconnected his energy looked from her celebrations. I didn't need rumors or headlines to feel the disconnect. It was right there in the tone of the song, in the timing, in the energy he brought to that live. And the more I replayed that clip, the more undeniable it felt. While Hailey curated silence, Justin created shockwaves. And honestly, drop a comment below. Do you think that was just freestyle? Or was he saying something without saying it? Because the wildest part of this entire week is how while Justin and Hailey's side of the internet felt chaotic and loud, Selena Gomez was quietly having one of her strongest weeks of the year. Every time the drama picked up on one end, something positive about Selena landed on the other. And the contrast couldn't have been more dramatic. A single new picture of her dropped online and immediately went viral. Not because she pushed it, not because she staged anything, but because people genuinely loved seeing her. It was natural attention, not curated noise. Then came the praises for Blessed Flame, with Time Out New York ranking it among the year's best songs. That alone would have been enough to dominate headlines. But the universe didn't stop there. News broke that Selena would be honored at the upcoming Anthem Awards for her work with rare beauty and mental health advocacy. Real achievements, real impact, zero performative energy. It felt like every update surrounding her was about growth, recognition, and success, the complete opposite of the tension happening elsewhere. I couldn't help noticing how, even without engaging in the triangle, Selena somehow becomes the center of every conversation simply by existing. And the more this week unfolded, the clearer it became. She doesn't need to post cryptic lines, curated dinners, or live stream lyrics to make a moment. She just lives her life, focuses on her work, and wins without raising her voice. And honestly, the more the internet pulls her into the chaos, the more she comes out looking steady, mature, and completely unbothered. And just when the week already felt overloaded with chaos, the internet decided it wasn't done yet, because suddenly Benny Blanco got dragged into the conversation too. Out of nowhere, that old cooking clip of him joking around, being playful, being a little flirty, resurfaced and spread across TikTok all over again. It wasn't new, it wasn't shocking, but the timing made it explode. People clipped it, quoted it, slowed it down, made jokes, added edits, and without even trying, Benny became part of the narrative that was supposed to be about Justin, Hailey, and Selena. The wild thing is that Benny didn't do anything this week. He didn't post anything strange, he didn't say anything controversial, and he didn't respond to any of the noise. Yet somehow, the fandoms pulled him into the storm simply because he's connected to Selena. That's the pattern every time. Anyone standing next to Selena automatically gets analyzed, criticized, or speculated about, while she stays silent and focused on her own world. And meanwhile, on the other side, Justin and Hailey's energy looks more scattered than ever. Birthday confusion, emotional live streams, curated content that doesn't match the moment. I watched how quickly the discourse shifted from Justin's lyrics to Hailey's birthday posts to Benny's resurfaced clip, and it made the whole situation feel even more theatrical. The triangle isn't even a triangle anymore, it's the internet adding new branches every day. And the more all these names get thrown around, the clearer it becomes that Selena stays winning from a distance, while everything connected to Justin and Hailey keeps spiraling louder and messier with every new post. And honestly, after watching this entire week unfold, it almost feels like the internet wrote its own movie. Chaos on one side, calm power on the other, and all of us stuck in the middle trying to keep up. I'm just over here refreshing my feed like it's a sport at this point. If you felt even half the whiplash I did, tap whatever buttons you need to so you don't miss the next plot twist. And before you disappear, drop your take below. I swear the comments in this fandom are better than half the shows on Netflix.